Just get my little plain-bellied water snake out for a stroll. As always, he's quite cold because he piles himself into the coldest corner of his enclosure pretty much at all times, even when he has recently eaten. But that is within their operating range, so he's pretty active, but he's being chill. Much more involved than handling most other snakes. Sometimes I can just set him down and he'll sit for a bit, but I have to turn my hand before I start losing blood flow. Very involved handling this guy. Here, I'll let go of his tail for a sec. And that's where it ends. But this guy is very socialized. I got him when he was a little baby, and I've handled him a bunch. And as long as I start the interaction the right way, and that's really important, the part where I get him out of the enclosure. If that goes poorly, we're not going to have a good interaction. But if I can not surprise him and acquire him without any fanfare, we usually have a really, really nice, very pleasant interaction. No musking. I don't even think about him biting me, really. And as much as a snake can enter into a sort of mutual relationship here, it feels like we enjoy each other's company. I don't know. Don't flay me alive, science people. But these snakes do have some social structures in the wild. They do kind of hang out together, so if any snake is going to have complex feelings towards its keeper, it would probably be a nature-seen snake. And I guess he's 6 years old. He's a little guy. He's not quite as little as he looks. Him all stretched out. He's pretty long, but he's narrow. He's very garter snake-like. Presume a female would be much, much larger and heftier, as would some males. Oh, see now, getting all faster, twitchier. Keep a closer watch on him. At some point, he just gets tired of being manipulated and restricted. These are very nervous, very active snakes by nature, and their behavioral complexity, I think, makes them a nice snake to work with. You really can, I don't know what the word is, socialize them, quote unquote, tame them, pretty effectively compared to other snakes. And they're very interactive. But, you know, like I said, this guy's a breeding size male and he's quite small. So in the wild, this is almost like a mouse. This gets eaten quite a bit, so it's not in his nature to befriend large creatures and tolerate their presence, but that amazing little brain of theirs allows him to do it anyway, which is pretty cool. You can tell how much trust I have in him not to musk that I'm allowing him to crawl around on my bed. Don't try that at home. And as I always like to mention, I bought this snake captive bred. I really wanted a water snake for a long time, but I didn't want to take one out of the wild. And honestly, I didn't really want to deal with the veterinary implications of taking a wild water snake. So I waited until I found some captive bred babies for sale at an expo, and I bought this guy, and it was well worth the wait. They're not nearly as accessible are available in the trade anymore. Apparently there was a lot of these being distributed that year, but it does not seem to be the case. But what a wonderful snake. Maybe my favorite animal that I've worked with. Really, really fun and rewarding to interact with. Sort of like halfway between a garter snake and a corn snake is what I would say. So nice. Yeah, beautiful long tail, long slender tail, especially because this is a male. I feel like that's a hallmark of Nerodia. It's that really long, beautiful, slender tail. Love it. And you got to make sure they're shedding well, or they're very apt to lose that. Even in the wild, you find a lot of big old adults that are missing their tail. I suppose it could be predation, but it's been suggested to me that it is also shedding. Alright, this guy just really wants to, he's being very polite, but he just wants to get away and go into a corner, so I think I'm going to be polite and put him back in his enclosure now. Say goodbye, buddy. Oh, he's so lovely.